best is police work. That's what I've done for many years. And police officers are simply officers of the law. Their duty is to maintain law and order. On 13th of June, in Nairobi, I don't know about other cities or towns, families of 5 people who lost their lives, 4 mothers and a brother, to the people who lost their lives last year on 25th, notified the police that they would be having a peaceful demonstration.
Yes.
In Nairobi, and that they would assemble, get to Moi Avenue, Kenyatta Avenue, get to Parliament Road, and present a petition at the OP. After the notification, their notification was acknowledged by the police, and they met the police briefly on Saturday, and they were to come back on Tuesday for planning. The planning was that this is a peaceful demonstration, and they were to agree on a point of assembly. Where would people assemble? Because, you know, we have had other demonstrations in Nairobi, and you've seen what has happened. People looting, people coming from all sorts of directions. It does not mean that the persons who organize for these demonstrations or processions are the ones who organize for the breakages and the theft. You know, there could be goons or other people who do that, which should be part of police work to stop them. They didn't come on Tuesday. They didn't come yesterday on Tuesday. Today, in the morning, these families and Chief Justice Emeritus Maraga and former MP for Ndewa were at Nation Center. They had a TV interview while Akina Professor were in Holy Family with the former Vice President and the rest. The families and you know, they are the ones who are they are the ones who invited Kenyans to this peaceful procession. They were in Nation Center. They had TV brief, and then from there they came down at exactly 10 with the former Chief Justice. And they briefed the press. And just before, because when they left, I got onto NTV, and we could see all the live actions taking place in the streets and in other parts of the country. Immediately, they were to start their procession. Some young men lit fire on Kenyatta Avenue. And that prompted now police to start throwing tear gas and putting off the fires. And that meant that even the Chief Justice Emeritus and the family could not move. What I don't know, which professor will explain to us, is why they went to Holy Family and then they went to lay the flowers without the families who invited them. Because you are to start a procession. But that is not even so important. What is so important is that the biggest benefit that we gained in the Constitution 2010 was Article 4, the Bills of Rights. And Article 37 gives us gives everyone that opportunity to picket, to demonstrate, to present petitions, to assemble peaceably and unarmed. You know, police officers don't go to war. Police officers are supposed simply, in a peaceful demonstration, protect the people, have the procession, finalize it. I saw the procession in Mombasa. It was wonderful. They moved around, and finally, when they finalized, the gentleman who was the convener declared that the procession was over and everyone to go home. What we saw today in Nairobi was not a peaceful procession. It was a well-organized anarchy with intention to cause chaos, because everywhere you see these young men had blocked roads. And Professor, it is not just the lady, the policewoman who was beaten up. Even an armed police officer was beaten up. He fell. I'll show you even the video. We saw it live. And he had his gun. And he had the ability to shoot. So you see a group of people who are out, you know, it's like people who have taken bangi and or have taken drugs, provoking a policeman to use his firearm. What I would want to say is that we have a very vibrant constitution, and every 5 years, we go for elections. And in the last elections, we had two teams, the team of the current president, and there was the team of Raila Odinga, supported by the sitting president, what people call the deep state. And I can tell you with the deep state, the Azimio's team lost because of the manner in which IEBC has tried to organize elections to an extent that elections are finalized at the polling station. So if you are organized at the polling station, and Professor and I, we come from a constituency, the only constituency in Luo Nyanza which has a non-ODM MP for 2 terms, where we come from. And we are very proud of that, not because we hate our brothers, but the level of democracy and how we can exercise. What I can say, that every time there are young people, if you look at Mau Mau 1952, when emergency was declared, Dedan Kimathi was only 29 years old.
Right. Before you also dial...
No, just a minute. Let me just say
I need to take a short break before you dial, you know, that time machine back to 1952 to Dedan Kimathi. I know it's going to be a long history. We want to take a short break, then we circle back.
I wish you gave me 5 minutes.